Hello, and welcome to East Brunswick High School Athletics, presented to you by EBTV3. We're very happy to be here this evening. Joining me this evening will be John Emery, a longtime member of the staff here and an outstanding coach for
Thank you.
35 years. 35 years. So we should have some expert commentary this evening as the game progresses. This season is young for the Bears and for their opponents this evening, the Vikings from South Brunswick. South Brunswick comes into this evening's contest 2-0. Right. They had an opening game victory against Woodbridge, I think it was. Yeah, Woodbridge was 17-13. And then last week they went against Edison, and they beat Edison rather handily, 38-16. So the Vikings should give the Bears plenty to think about for this evening's games. How about the Bears in the first two, John? I know they had a little bit of a rough time, but why don't you give us a rundown on those two?
Well, talking to coaches and reading the write-ups, I was not at the two away games, but both of them we lost by substantial scores. Both of the better teams in the county. I would expect both Sayreville and J.P. Stevens to be there at the end and most likely in the state playoffs. Both possess speed, they're well coached, and they have a good all-around team. They scored in quick spurts, both teams against us, and I think that that's something to look forward to tonight if we can. Just more of the bending and not breaking and giving up the big touchdowns should keep us in the ball game.
Should we look for anything from South Brunswick? I mean, they have that same kind of speed as a Sayreville or a J.P. Stevens, as you said, two of the better teams in the Central Jersey.
Right.
This year.
I'm not that well versed or that familiar with South Brunswick, but obviously, you know, they've had two impressive wins,
right? And
it looks like they have the scoring threats as well.
I know all the newspapers wrote up their linebacker, so I'm looking forward to seeing Hulligan, I think his name is, for South Brunswick, the Vikings.
Keep our eye on him, and
we'll look at the entire
aware.
Right, we'll look at the entire entourage here this evening,
right.
And
beautiful night that it is.
Oh, it is. It's great to be here.
Stadium.
J. Doyle Field. It's outstanding, and we will be back for the opening kickoff in a few moments. The captains are at midfield getting ready for the toss. The East Brunswick captains, number 1, Mark Mariski, number 35, Dmitry Slazoff, number 19, Ken Weinrob, and number 74, Brian Assini. The officials are assigned by the Greater Middlesex Conference. The conference that represents all of the schools in Middlesex County, which was formed back in 1984 and has expanded to include schools beyond the borders of Middlesex County, and has done an outstanding job providing an avenue for the high schools to display the many talents of their very gifted athletes. John, brings back some memories as we stand up here and get ready for a kickoff.
Yeah, it's been a lot of years, happy years, and mostly successful years.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like South Brunswick's going to be receiving with the Bears kicking off.
All right, let's see who we got kicking for the Bears this evening. They said that maybe Mariski might kick off, but we got 36. Bobby Bennett is going to do the kicking for the Bears. Back deep for South Brunswick. We got number 32, Steve Ferrara, and number 22, John, is that 22 on the far side?
Yeah, it looks like 22, correct.
Looks like 22 on the other side. Had to pick up that one. John, 22 for South Brunswick.
It's Greg Beliles.
Greg Beliles and Ferrara back deep.
Here we go.
Menetta's kickoff comes down at about the 20-yard line.
A little seam.
Seam on the outside here.
There we go. Bears are pursuing. A few arm tackles there.
And a flag on the play. Looks like the tackle for the Bears was made by number 44. Joseph Alexander was in on the stop for the Bears, but there was a penalty on the play. We'll wait for the call. face mask call against the Bears. What is that? That's 15, John, right?
15, correct, right. In high school football, it's 15.
So that will move the ball from the 41-yard line. It's only a 5-yarder.
I stand corrected. I guess it depends on the severity of the face mask violation. I thought it was 15 either way, but it's 5 if it's not as flagrant.
Apparently, they changed that. They've changed that rule.
Okay, we come out in a one-back set.
Number 16, the quarterback, Brian Severia for South Brunswick. Hands off to number 32, Steve Ferrara. Goes around left end up to the East Brunswick 45-yard line, just outside the 45, which will bring up a second down and about 2. What did that look like, John?
Well, it looked like a slant to me off tackle, but he bounced outside because the hole was clogged up and he just jumped outside, running very hard.
Yeah, that's the middle linebacker's got to take care of that. Ernie Fusco for number 48 for the Bears. Handoff, and there's a slip by number 32. That was Ferrari again on a keeper or on a carry. Looks like he lost about a yard.
Right.
The ball will be at the East Brunswick 46, 47-yard line, where it'll bring up a third down and about 2 for the Vikings.
Looked like the Bears were in a 52 defense with a 3-deep zone. The last play, this looks
pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same, right?
Yeah. Handoff again to
Outside
Ferrari around the left side.
Yeah.
It's taken out on that far side over there.
Yeah, it looked pretty similar to the first down play because he jumped outside and there was no contain there.
Right. And he was brought down by number 23, the corner on that side, Brian Robinson. And you want your linebackers to make those tackles on that outside.
Yeah,
certainly not that corner that's playing out on a wideout. The wideout for South Brunswick, number 5, Chad Woods. Again,
there we go. They should have him this time. Yes, much better. Corner came up having a second 36 for the Bears, Bobby Mineta.
Bobby Mineta, and the ball carrier for South Brunswick was number 22. John, were you able to pick that 22 up?
No, I was looking at the Bears D.
That's Darrell Harris, who was the ball carrier for South Brunswick. That's a loss of about 2. It'll bring up a second down and 12 at the East Brunswick 38-yard line.
Yeah. Mineta read his key and made a great play. He came up from the corner and got him in the backfield. Here comes motion.
Motion this way.
Three off tackle, pulling guard, jumping out again. Get up. There we go.
Okay. That was number 18, Bobby Alicio, in motion. And again, the ball carrier for South Brunswick, number 22, Darrell Harris. Stopped by the left side. What'd you see that time, John? On that right, our defensive right side.
That time, the corner came up and made a nice play. It looked like he was going to get beat to the outside, but he caught up with him and made the tackle.
Yep, number 48, our middle linebacker, Ernie Fusco's back in the game. We got motion again.
Pass. Here we go. Dropping back across the middle. In the flat. Oh, good tackle.
That's Mineta again, I think, John, on that tackle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's 4th and about 2.
4th and about 2?
Well, wait a minute. It's going to be even closer, I think.
That was Evan Mahoney on the reception for the Vikings. It looks as though...
yeah, it's right on the...
It's very close.
Right on the marker.
Very close. The officials have signaled timeout for a measurement. That was a nice looking play. They cleared that out.
Yeah, they cleared out. They sent the wide out on a slant down, and corner backed off, and then the other kid came out either from the tight end position or back.
What is the when that motion man, Bobby Alicia, number 18 for the Vikings, when he goes in motion away from when we're standing anyway, what is the reaction of the defense supposed to be?
Well, most likely, which I'll pick up, I'll look for it, the next passing situation. Most likely, we're in a zone. We do play a lot of man-to-man, or we have in the past. But if it's in a zone, they'll just shove them off everybody will be playing their own particular zone. If it's a man-to-man, he'll run across the field with him, unless they bump. So you've got a lot of options.
That measurement, as we could see, was a little bit short, and it'll bring up a very important fourth down with 8:47 remaining in the first quarter. The Bears would certainly like to stop them here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bears are in a 6-man front. Okay, they're all uptight, boy.
Somebody breaks through.
Yeah. They got it.
Nice tackle there.
Depends where they spot the ball.
What was that? Looked like number 76, Jimmy Corey.
This
Korea.
is close.
Excuse me. It's first down.
Boy, I tell you.
Well, his knee looked like his knee might have been down to me, John. But you and I always see green and white,
right,
so
right.
We've been accused of that on occasion, and probably justified by doing that.
Okay, here we go. Still
right.
a single backfield. I'll tell you, the Bears this time.
Back to this side. Okay, nice recovery there.
Yeah.
By the Bears defense.
Looked to me like we were man-to-man in the secondary that play.
That looked again like number 36. I think we're going to be calling his number quite often this evening for the Bears, Bobby Mineta.
Well, most teams are usually right-handed, and if you have a choice, you put your better defensive back on that side of the field.
Right. Yeah.
Some teams play their.
Well, he made a nice play coming up there because he doesn't make the play, and the Vikings are in for 6.
Right.
It looks like, or possibly 6.
We're in zone this play.
Zone.
Yeah.
Good tackle at the line of scrimmage by number 50 of the Bears, Vinny Jadnowski. Nice tackle there that time. He came right through. That's an unheralded position there that Vinny plays for the Bears, number 50. That nose guard, you don't have to be the biggest guy, but I saw a guy this week, a pretty good nose guard we had a few years ago by the name of Doshio.
Yeah, he was
one of the better ones we've had. We've had a lot of good ones. Pass reception is good to number 5. Who is Chad Woods, and Woods is in for the touchdown.
He just made a nice move, and
he just got away from us.
Outstepped our defensive back.
Right, that's with 6:54 remaining in the first quarter, from just about the 20-yard line. The pass is good, and the Vikings lead the Bears 6-0. We're getting ready for the extra point here. We got the quarterback, Brad Cassaveri, holding. Can you catch that number, John, of the kicker?
I'll get it in a second.
It's probably Ferrari. He does everything else. It is
32, right?
Yeah, 32. And the kick is good. The Vikings extend their lead to 7-0 again here in the first quarter. Well,
the 2 pass plays that he's thrown so far, he's been right on the money. Basically, they've been short passes. The first was a slant to the outside about 10, 12 yards deep, and the last touchdown pass was just a curl about 8 yards deep, and then he faked the defender and took it in for the score, as you saw.
So what you're saying, John, is for our viewers, a curl pattern is one where the receiver goes out, in this case, about 8 or 10 yards, and either curls in or he curls out. Right. Now that's different than a hook. A hook is when he just turns right around.
Turns in space.
Yeah, that's.
Well, it was partially a hook. Actually, I stand corrected. I think it was not a big curl. He pretty much went down and just turned to the inside. So in the description, it's probably more of a hook.
On that passing tree, what was that, number 4 or whatever? Right?
I forget. I used to call him by. Well, all the kids have to learn the numbers.
Yeah, we have Mineta back deep for the Bears to receive this kickoff, along with number 8, Tatar Simmons, and number 23, Brian Robinson. Number 13 is the kicker, Anthony Morrow. It's a little onside, but it bounces about the 25-yard line.
Boy, he really turned it on.
There we go.
I'm telling you.
Yes, nice run. Tatar Simmons takes the ball out close to the 45-yard line, He's marked down at the 42, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears with 6:46 remaining in the first period.
I sure like the way he returned the ball. He just took it straight up and with a lot of courage.
John, is that a planned play? I mean, it looked like we had that middle return set up.
Yeah, that's usually Bears like the middle return. They use others, but that's their predominant one. Okay. Here we go. We're in an I formation.
That's number 1, Mark Mariski on the handoff up the middle.
Nice drive.
Who was that, John? That was the ball.
I think that's
35, I think, John. Is that right?
35 is correct for the Bears.
Dimitri Slavgov. I'm going to get that right tonight yet. And he's certainly one of the captains and one of the outstanding players for the Bears this evening. Again, Mariski brings them out. What kind of set we have?
It's a single back. One guy will probably go in motion here. Not this time.
No motion. Handoff again up the middle. Dimitri, that was number 35 again. Slavgov on the carry, a gain of about 2 for the Bears. That will bring up a 2nd and 8 for East Brunswick. Mariski comes over and checks with Coach Borden, who has been the head coach here at East Brunswick High School since 1984 and has had some great teams and has done an outstanding job here in East Brunswick for 17 years. Number 36, Minetti in motion. That's Mariski on the keeper. Look at him go.
Yeah, I think we can describe that play. That's the Bears triple threat. What it consists of is quarterback riding the fullback and making a read on the defensive tackle. If the defensive tackle plays the fullback, the quarterback keeps the ball. His next option then is either defensive end or linebacker. If they attack him, he pitches it to the outside. Right. If they don't attack him, he turns upfield just like he did that play.
That'll give the Bears a first down at the Vikings 30-yard line. Mariski under center again. Long count for the Bears. This time is a handoff to the fullback.
The Bears are looking pretty sharp out there. They're executing well.
Brings it right up there. John, it's going to be pretty close to a first down. Yes, it is a first down.
First down on about the 18 or 19.
Well, yes, it looks like it's about the 18, maybe inside the 18 and the 17. The Bears are on a move. I guess Coach Borden refers to his offense as the E-bone, but he uses, which is a takeoff on the wishbone.
Right.
But it's a variation of that. We have Mariski under center again. This is wishbone, three in the backfield. Mariski looks like he's going to keep it. He does. He gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage by number 44 for South Brunswick, Aaron Preacher. Preacher made a nice play there. He just stuck out a hand and got a little piece of him. Yep. Mariski was able to pick up 2 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Bears from that point. Have the Bears thrown the ball much this year, John? Obviously, you're moving the ball in the ground. You want to stay there.
Yeah, the ground game's their game. They can throw the ball, of course, but predominantly they stay on the ground.
Greg Biles, number 22, is out
there
wide. That's 36. That's
wow.
Minetta. That's Bobby Minetti in for the touchdown. That's 17 yards. 17 yards. Bobby Minetti in for the touchdown for the Bears.
It was a great read by the quarterback. Gave it to the Minetta. There was a huge hole there. Bears looked good offensively. They really executed well.
Yeah, that was impressive, John.
Nice
that hole on that side, I was about to say that maybe you or I could have run through that hole, but I'm not sure that would be true.
Well, I could have, Charlie. I don't know.
Maybe that's true. All right, we got Bobby Minetta. I guess he does a little bit of everything. Mariski on the hold. Minetta on for the extra point. Bad snap. Bad snap. And we're going to make something out of this. Pass is intended for number 84, Brian Toady. But it's out of the end zone, and therefore the score remains with 4:07 remaining in the first period. South Brunswick Vikings 7, the Bears from East Brunswick 6. Well, what did you see that you liked there, John?
Well, just to...
We didn't like that bad snap.
Well, what happened on the extra point was the snap was low. The quarterback had no time to place... I mean, the holder had no time to place
Yeah, that
kick.
was the quarterback,
So
too.
what he does is he turns outside, runs, yells fire, and that alerts the offense to go out for a pass pattern, which he did, but they didn't connect. So that's what happened there.
Yeah, Mariski, Mark, really reacted very well to that.
Right.
When that ball comes rolling back there, you know, it's not like a basketball, which you're familiar with, being nice and round. That pigskin takes some very unusual turns. And in that case, Mariski was able to pick it up, but couldn't connect on the pass play for the extra point.
Yeah,
we got Bobby Mineta, number 36, on again to does the kicking for the Bears. His kickoff is taken by number 22.
Okay, your wall over here. Oh boy. Oh boy.
We're in trouble here.
That's the second time that the Bears have kicked off down their right side, and South Brunswick has set up the wall on the opposite side. He made it to the wall, and Bears were able to hold off a touchdown, but they have great field position again, unfortunately for the Bears.
Yeah, that was Greg Biles, number 22 for the Vikings, very quick. He had a nice hold through there and took full advantage of it. Again, we have number 16, Brad Casavari, at quarterback for the Vikings. He's got two wides out to his left. He's back to pass, being rushed by number 84.
Yeah, a little pressure,
That was Brian Toady on the pressure, but the pass was over the head of the intended receiver, number 32, Steve Ferrari. I guess it's Ferrara would be correct. And it'll bring up a second down from the 48-yard line of the Bears, where the defense gets set. We're in a 5, right, John?
Yeah, it's been a
Got
5.
An odd front, all the way.
It's still 5.
5-3-3.
With a man on the nose back.
Right. Nose tackle. Handoff up the middle. That's Ferrari again on the keeper, and Mineta on the stop. And along with number 11, Alex Delenko for the Bears. It's looks like it's short of the first down. It'll be a third down for the Vikings, just inside the 40-yard line of the Bears. There was a pretty big hole up there. Sometimes you get that if that nose guard slants to the right, and the play's coming to the other side. Again, this is. That's a
lot of arm tackle in there.
Steve Ferraria. Again, he's taken down over there by number 11, Alex Danilenkoff, and Brian Robinson, I believe, was also in on that stop. But that's a first down for the Vikings. They move the ball inside, just at the 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for them, with 2:54 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, those were two tough runs. They're not going to bring him down by grabbing him. They're going to have to put a shoulder pad and a helmet on.
Yeah, South Brunswick comes out in an I formation with double wides to the right, and they run back to the left side and hand the ball off to number 43. Again, we're looking for numbers here as we go through. Evan Mahoney. Evan Mahoney with a nice carry for the Vikings. And he goes ahead for about 8, maybe 8.5 yards. It'll be second and about 1.5 yards, just short of the 20-yard line, make that the 21-yard line of the Bears. Bears need to tighten up here. And
both defenses have not been able to stop the offenses. Both offenses have been executing very
We got motion here, number 8, a handoff up the middle.
Oh,
there he goes. Steve, number 32, Ferrari, up the middle for a 21-yard run, a 21-yard touchdown for the Vikings with just 1:50 remaining in the period. Moves the score to 13 for the South Brunswick Vikings. The Bears obviously with the 6. On for the extra point, we have the holder will be the quarterback, Brad Casaveria, and number 32, Steve Ferraria, who does a little bit of everything. He's kind of like Mineta for the Bears. Kick is down, blocked.
Yep.
Looks like either Mineta, number 36, or 50, Vinny Janowski. Got a piece of that. It was hard to tell exactly which one. I guess we ought to look at the monitor there once in a while and maybe we can see a little bit closer. That's nice to see the Bears block that extra point, get a piece of that. The snap was pretty good, so it looked like,
came from the left side.
Yeah, that's where Mineta came from, but I think number 50, Janowski. How do you pronounce that, John?
I thought Janowski.
Janowski, you're probably right.
Yeah, it looks right.
Janowski came up the middle. He's usually the.
That's a big extra point.
It sure is. Because explain that, John. What makes it a big extra point?
Well, the fact was that when they were ahead 7-6, I mean, if they had made it 14-6, it would have forced the Bears to go for 2.
Right.
They missed the 2. If they missed the 2, then they're down by 2, and that's
right.
the ball game.
Right. And it gets harder to catch up the further.
Right.
Obviously, the further behind you get. We got number 13, Anthony Morrow, on for the kickoff for the Vikings, and back deep we got Mineta. Who's in the middle, number 36. The kick is low again.
Over his head.
Pick it up, son.
Jachari Simmons picks it up and moves the ball ahead just short of the 20 at the 19-yard line, where it'll be first and 10 for the Bears. You can't let that happen to you. I know that sometimes, not making excuses at all, but sometimes you look up a little bit and catch a piece of the light at night, and temporarily it can give you a little bit of a problem. I don't know if that was the case or not, but that can be a problem.
Well, it's, in my opinion, it's definitely harder at nighttime catching punts and kickoffs. What you want to do when you're the receiver in that situation, if you can see the ball and so forth, is back up and catch it in your stomach so that you have your whole body to protect it. Right. Once he got it up in his hands, over his head.
It looks like a broken play. Mariski was looking for somebody, it looked like, to come closer to him. Mineta was about 3 yards behind him. He was looking for a pitch. Mariski was looking for a handoff of some sort, so that'll be a loss of about a yard, and it'll be back to the 18-yard line, where the Bears will put it in play, second and 11. We don't want to make that field any longer than it has to be. Wide to the right is Kenny Weinrob for the Bears, one of the Bears' captains this year.
South Brunswick looks like they're in a 44 defense. That's
44.
4 down linemen. Oh, there's a blitz. Okay, roll out.
Risky back to pass.
Oh, man, he was pretty well covered, but he
intended for number 19, Kenny Weinrob. Defended back there very well by number 1, Brian Turner. And as you've indicated, John, the ball was a little bit high. Sometimes early in the game that'll happen until you get loosened up and settle down a little bit, and it becomes a little bit more difficult. A lot of us that stand up here and watch these games think that it's pretty easy. Look, at the guy was pretty open, and but it's not quite as simple as that, folks. It takes a lot. You got pressure coming, and you want to get rid of that football, and you certainly don't want to throw an interception down in this end of the field. Mariski back to pass again. This time is
nice throw.
Nice catch. That's Brian Toady. Look at that. Okay. The Bears move the ball forward to the 47-yard line, and obviously a first down, and one which the Bears welcome at this point to keep things rolling, get themselves out of their end of the field and back to midfield, where it's obviously a little bit easier to operate. That was a nice catch, John.
That was a great, it was a good throw. It was a nice catch. After he caught it, he bobbled it twice. hopefully when he gets his next reception, he'll get it under his arms and protect a little better.
Yeah.
He lucked out in not losing the ball,
Yep.
but it doesn't detract from the nice catch.
No, he made a beautiful catch. He really did.
They're alternating defenses here.
We got Mineta ahead. That's Bobby Mineta, number 36, on the handoff from Mark Mariski. Forward for about a gain of maybe a yard and a half, close to midfield. Matter of fact, the ball is placed exactly on the midfield stripe. We have 18 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the clock continues to run. It's like college football. If there's a first down, the clock stops until the chains are reset. Not like the pros. The pros keep the clock running because those guys get tired quicker than those high school or college guys. We understand that. Oh, that's the end of the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, it's South Brunswick 13, East Brunswick 6. John, what did you like about that first quarter? We would have liked it a lot better if South Brunswick hadn't scored that last touchdown. But
so far, the both offenses have seemed to dominate the defenses. They've both been pretty sharp executing their timing. I haven't seen anybody jump off sides. That goes both offensively and defensively.
I think the only penalty I saw, John, was on the opening kickoff.
Right,
was that 5-yard face mask
right.
that we picked up there.
Yeah.
But that was I believe, was the only penalty that I saw in the first period.
Yeah, it's been a fast played first quarter, and there has been some tough running. They just haven't covered both teams on those touchdown runs. They haven't been able to protect, so that's resulted in the present score. I also like to point out the clock is official here at J. Doyle Stadium. The officiating crew has an official that works with the crew up in the booth, and he operates the clock in conjunction with the linesman.
Yeah, that's the center, number 62, Alan Grossholz, down over the ball with Mariski behind him. Mariski's going to keep the ball.
Yeah, he does a nice job. Turn the ball upfield.
Yeah, we had Jajari Simmons in motion that time, and of course, Mariski reads that defensive end. Is that what he's reading on that side?
Yep.
And if the defensive end comes to him, he's got the pitch back to number 8 in that
Correct.
case.
Which was covered that time.
Which was covered, yeah.
That's why he kept it and turned it
Looked
up.
like it was at the, I didn't really see it, was that the corner or the linebacker who comes up and covers that motion man?
Usually it's a linebacker because the split end has driven off the corner.
Mariski hands off up the middle.
It's going to be close.
I think it
looks like a first down.
Was that Mineta? John, I believe it was again. It looks like a first down from here, and we're right on the official timeout for a measurement. We'll see how good these eyes are. We're right on the line where the ball is. That's our position from the top of the press box here at J. Doyle Stadium. And of course, just a reminder to everybody, Jay Doyle was the first athletic director in East Brunswick, and he served from the opening of the school until his untimely death and a heart attack. 1972, I remember that.
2 inches short.
It looked good to me, John.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Looks like
well, from here it does, but the ref's got a little...
He's got a better view than we have?
A little better view, I guess.
Okay, it'll bring up a fourth and about a half an inch.
Knowing Marcus will be going for this. Well, under the circumstances, it's a pretty good choice because we're East Brunswick's.
Yeah, and the guards, just let me mention the linemen, John. We never get too much a chance to mention the linemen who are opening those holes up there. The two guards are 68, Brian Campbell, and number 76, Jimmy Correa. And the Bears move the ball ahead for the first down, and that was number 35, Dmitry Slavkov for the Bears. And it'll bring up a first down, John. Let's see, the ball is just inside the 40-yard line as we move forward here with 10:50 remaining in the second period.
Yeah, nice job on the fourth down play. The Bear offensive line came out low and drove off South Brunswick. Oh, tricky play. Yep, it didn't go anywhere.
We didn't trick anybody on that play.
A little misdirection.
Little misdirection. That was Simmons, number 8.
He ran into the
Tatar
back
Simmons.
of his blocker, unfortunately.
And he was met and kissed right there by number 44, Preacher, and number 45 is Hulligan, who Sharif Hulligan, who I've read a lot about for South Brunswick, who they think quite a bit of as a linebacker. It looks like he's got pretty good size, and certainly he's got a lot of quick.
Yeah, he looks pretty athletic.
Yeah. Okay, we got Mariski under center again. Mineta is in motion.
It's a pass.
It's a pass.
It's open.
We got him.
He's way
Simmons
open.
is wide open. Wide open. Oh! Okay. He's just tripped up by number 3. That's Corey Griffin. That's Corey Griffin for the Vikings. Made a shoestring tackle, saved the touchdown because Simmons, number 8, was in the end zone. It looked like without that one little hand on his shoe.
Yeah, it was an excellent play fake.
Yeah, I thought it was going up the middle myself.
Right.
I took the fake.
Did a nice play fake, and Simmons was driving off, and the corner was looking into the backfield. That's why he got behind him.
Yeah, the Bears will have first down here and goal from the 8-yard line. Mariski under center. Again,
there he
keeps
is.
the ball. Mariski very close
down to the
down to the 1-yard line, and he's tackled by number 18. That's Bobby Alisi for the Vikings. But the Bears will have a second down and less than a half a yard. John said it's probably about a foot. We got number 32 coming in for the Bears. Kozlowski.
Well, in my old days as offensive coordinator,
what do you call that, John?
Three quarterback sneaks in a row.
3 quarterback sneaks in a row. There's nobody over the center. Oh! He got in, rolled off.
Nice spin, great spin. Excellent job.
That's Slavdorf. Dmitry Slavdorf on the carry, number 35. In for the touchdown with 8:49 remaining in the second period. The Bears creep closer to the Vikings, making it 13-12 with the extra point coming up. We have Bobby Mineta, who does, as I've said before, about everything for the Bears, it seems, this year. And Mariski will be the holder. John, see if you can pick up the number of the center on this one. It's the same center, 62. Alan Grossholz is the center. Hope we get this one back and get this kick up and tie this ball game up. Kick is up, and it
looks good.
Looks good from here. We haven't seen a signal.
Good adjustment.
But we make the call before the officials.
Yep.
Most of the time. As long as we're right 50% of the time, they said we're all right. That was a nice series for the Bears.
Yeah, they look good.
They had a nice pass play there to Brian Tote.
Right, that was a big play because, as I recall, was that third down?
Yes, I believe it was, John.
It was third and 11. It was an obvious passing situation.
Yeah, we just lost yardage on the play. Mineta, they were looking for the either the pitch or he was looking for somebody to come closer to him, and Mineta was about 2 yards behind him, and there was a misconnection there, and he came right back on a nice play that picked up the first down with number 84, Brian Tote, getting the first down, bringing it up to about midfield, and from there, the Bears tried to move it on the ground, and then Mineta went back again, and Mariski went back again and threw a beautiful pass to Simmons, who was just tripped up on the 8. And first play was a keeper by Mariski, and he got it down to about the 1 inch line, and was then touchdown was finished off by the fullback. Look at a squib kick, John. I don't know why. They don't want him to run back.
Well, I think they're
right?
unhappy given the field position that they've been giving.
Yeah. That was 36 on Pep, one of the up men bringing the ball back. You didn't see the tackler on that, John. Did you see the number?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was just going to remark that that gives the Bears the best defensive field position.
We got a flag
on
the play too, John.
Oh, yeah.
On the outside there. We'll see what that flag entails. Ernie Fusco, the defensive captain for the Bears, calls the signals for the Bears. That's a 15-yarder.
That's a biggie.
Blocking, clip. Yeah, it's a clip behind the waist. And it'll move the ball back 15 yards. The Bears are very happy to take that. And it'll bring it back to the 22-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Okay, Vikings.
We got number 16, Brad Castleberry again. East Brunswick timeout. I don't know what the problem was. Everybody got their hands up in the air. I think we're what do we,
short a player.
We're missing a lineman, I think, aren't we?
Yeah.
We only got 4 down, and we've been playing a 5-3. Well, number 68 will come on the field, and I don't know if it was he who did not.
Well, fortunately for the Bears, it looked like the safety of the corner was alert enough to realize the problem, so he called a timeout, which made sense. Hopefully they won't need that timeout. But
yeah. Well, you know, that happens on occasion, John, as much as we don't want it to happen. Sometimes you get somebody banged up, a little bit nicked up, and I see Jimmy Correa right down in front of us here, number 76, who had started at that defensive tackle position, which is the position that we were just short of when we called the timeout. And so you get an injury like that, and somebody doesn't, the next man behind him doesn't get on the field. And
yeah, that's the most common reason for those
kind of timeouts.
Those kind of problems, right?
Yeah.
Just like you said, an injury, and there's a little chaos. Everybody's taking care of the kid. Everybody's looking at different things, and that happens.
Okay, we're back in that our 5-man
Pitch
line.
outside.
Pitch outside.
Here we come up. The Bears are coming up. There they go.
43.
They met that pretty well. They're still not doing a very good job of tackling. South Brunswick runners are dropping their shoulders and heads and
that's
running tough.
Yeah, that was Evan Mahoney, number 43, on the carry for South Brunswick, ahead for about a gain of about 6. It brings up a 2nd and 4. The ball is on the 27-yard line. So the Vikings will put it in play there. The Bears have 11 men on defense, and we're set to go.
Okay, the Vikings come out in an I with motion, jet motion across the formation. A little collision there.
Quarterback in the back kind of collide.
Here comes.
We got Ernie Fusco that got in on that tackle, back. Number 48. Number 11, Alex Dalenkov comes up limping a little bit, and he's our free safety. I know we don't want to lose him, but maybe he just got a little bit of a stinger. Sometimes you...
Correa's back in the ball game, number 76 for the Bears.
He's back in?
Yeah.
Okay. So he wasn't obviously injured severely, or he wouldn't be back in there, obviously.
Okay, so. Bears are doubling up in a pass situation. That means their linebackers are bumping and jamming, and then the deep guys are playing deep
pass
coverage.
Intended.
Nice job. Yeah, they really went into a pass defense that situation, which was obvious. Looked like.
Yeah, the pass was intended by 45. The one thing I kind of cringed a little bit on that as South Brunswick goes into punt formation, we got the linebacker jamming out here on this wide out, and he just released him, and the safety behind him, or the corner, released him as well, and of course the quarterback didn't see him. But well,
nice punt,
almost.
Great punt,
yeah.
Over his head. Get away, kid.
All right.
All right.
That was Simmons and Mineta back, and the ball goes over their head.
Gee, that's twice.
Across the 30-yard line to the 29, where the Bears will put the ball in play. That's number 32 for South Brunswick, Steve Ferraria, and he does about everything on the field.
Well, as I mentioned before, at nighttime, it is more difficult to judge the ball, because once it gets up in the lights, it's harder than daytime. And it looked like that was a misjudgment on the part of the receiver, the punt catcher, because
you got to catch
he should have backed up and catch the ball. He either fair catch it, or he would have had time, because it was a good punt.
Yeah. We have a timeout, South Brunswick, and I don't see necessarily the reason for it, other than they have the Bears on the their own 29, and they're probably looking to stop them and try to get in here before halftime with 6:57 remaining, with the score tied 13-13. South Brunswick like to stop East Brunswick and get the ball back and see what they can do with it. That was a nice kick. One of the secrets to punting, and I know, John, you work with punters, and we have a little punter there. He got hurt the last time I had the television on. Josh Miller, who was the punter for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I wasn't aware that he was injured.
Who was here at East Brunswick High School, although I don't know if he punted the year he was here. We had another punter by the name of Brian Forte.
That's right.
Who was a pretty good football player. Matter of fact, he was an outstanding football player and an outstanding young man, Brian Forte. And when Brian put him up in the air, they went about 45, 50 yards, and he got him up there and made it very difficult. Okay, we're ready for action here with 6:57 remaining. The pitch from Mariski.
I like that play. It's just a quick pitch to the outside.
Yeah, that's Simmons, number 8, John, on the carry. He's got a lot of quick.
They got good speed.
Yeah, he picks up about 6 yards. Will bring up a 2nd and 4. Excuse me, about a 2nd and 4 for the Bears at their 36-yard line.
The thing about that play is that if they miss one tackle, it can be a score.
Yes.
Because he's outside right away.
Yeah.
And
he's got a lot. Simmons is very quick.
Right?
He's very quick.
Here we come up on a corner.
Number 1, the defensive back.
Looks like option.
Brian Turner comes up. We got an option this way. Hand off to the fullback.
Yeah.
I think that was number 35. Slaved off on the carry. Gain of maybe an inch or two. Certainly didn't move it forward very far. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3, maybe a gain of about a yard. That defensive tackle on this side here for South Brunswick did a nice job. He came right over and was supported by the linebacker as well, number 32, Ferraria, and stuffed the play for the Bears. Bears need this first down. It's 3rd down and 3. Mariski under center. We got a full backfield.
Yes.
Hand off to
nice
Simmons.
Run. Simmons tough.
Well, I like that play, John.
Yeah. What, the follow?
Yeah, the follow. We sent, as a matter of fact, both backs went up into the hole and cleared out, and Simmons came up and got the handoff from Mariski and went ahead for the first down.
Right.
Moved the ball across the 40 to the 42, make it the 40, maybe almost the 43-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears. Bears are moving the ball pretty well here. I just want to mention, John, their offensive tackle is number 52, Ryan Schmidt, and number 74, Brian Asini.
I'm Asiani.
Asiani. Yeah, I think you're right again.
Right.
Okay, we got a timeout. Coach Borden is on the field.
Yeah, you mentioned you like that follow play.
I love that follow play.
Well, the first time I recall seeing it was many years ago. Union High School. We played Union High School.
The Farmers.
And they did that to perfection. They had one back lead, a second back, and gave it to the 3rd guy, and it was very effective, so much so that we copied it and used it successfully ourselves for a while.
Remember that Farmers, they were called the Farmers, the Union Farmers.
Yep.
Now, you wouldn't think of Union, New Jersey as being the Farmers, but that's their nickname.
Of course.
Well, we played, do you remember what, you're thinking what I'm thinking here? We played the Farmers, and so the next game we're playing Huntington Central, and they come down here to play, and in the program and everything, we got Farmers on the thing. Of course, being from West Jersey, and at that time it was very rural out in that area, they thought we were making fun of them. But it was an honest, legitimate mistake. We'd never do anything like that to anybody anyway here at East Brunswick.
I certainly hope not.
No, never. All right, the Bears will put the ball.
Our former principal would never have allowed it.
It would not allow that. That's true. Okay, we have 1st and 10, 4:55.
Oh boy,
that's
big yardage.
Bobby Minetti. Look at him fighting his way back.
Boy, what a save.
Close to the first down. That was a heck of a run by Minetta. That young man is an outstanding football player.
Yeah, he's a gutsy kid. He also plays basketball, and I guess he's a baseball player as well.
Well, what I've seen here tonight with Bobby Minetta is He runs the ball. He plays defense. He's been in on many tackles this evening. He kicks off and he kicks extra points. I don't think we better hope that he stays healthy. All right, we have the Bears with second down here just inside of the Vikings territory at their 49.5-yard line. Mariski, oh boy, that was close. Simmons got the ball, I believe. Mariski just made
it was a quick handoff. It was more like a veer that time.
Yeah, you know what caused the problem there was number 44, Aaron Preacher for the Vikings, knifed in, and he almost got the handoff himself on that
He
play.
was right on the quarterback.
He was right on the spot at that point. We got number 22, Greg Bayless, into the game for the Bears. He's a wideout. He obviously brought the play in. We got Mineta wide on the other side. We got 35 Slazoff, and the pitches to Simmons again. You got to get up and block somebody. We got a penalty.
That doesn't look good for the Bears.
No, it doesn't look good. When you see the offensive man kind of walk away from the play, he's trying to get away from the officials, so maybe they'll pick the flag up. I don't think they're holding against the Bears. Well, that's a tough play. We didn't block that as well as we might have. It seemed to me that we had some penetration on the far side, and we didn't kick out the defensive end and the corner that came up, and as a result of that, the play was not going to gain much yards, but the holding penalty, I guess, is 10 yards from the spot, from the line of scrimmage, which brings the ball back to the 44-yard line for the Bears, and it'll bring up a 1st and 20. They're always nice to see when you're on the sidelines calling plays. You say, well, where is my 1st and 20 play?
Yeah.
Akil Simon is in the ball game for the Bears, number 81, who brought the play in.
There's confusion out there.
A lot of confusion. Menetas and Mariski are getting back together. Mineta sets up in the. Oh, okay. Mariski's on the keeper. He pitches it back to Mineta, and that's where it went, backwards. We lost about, looks like about 3.
You have to credit South Brunswick. They had all the options covered that time.
They were ready. They were ready for that play.
Covered the fullback, made the quarterback pitch, and then they had a man pick up the pitch man.
Yeah, when they get that penetration, and Mariski, the quarterback, is coming down the line of scrimmage.
Right, force him back.
He has to give ground, and when he does, he eventually pitches the ball. South Brunswick had a cornerback that came up and made the stick over there, and we have a 2nd down and about 21. Handoff up the middle to the fullback, number 35, Slagoff. Somebody's waving for a timeout. Probably South Brunswick wanting to get the ball back.
Right.
Yes, timeout South Brunswick, 2:07 remaining, and the reason they'd call that timeout is that 2:07, they want to get the ball back here. What do you think about that, the coaches on the field, John, when it's timeout?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I know years ago we didn't do that.
No, right. But the coaches communicate either with hand signals or they have other players give signals, so it makes it a lot easier and simpler because it's the same for both teams.
Now, you don't see that in college, obviously.
No.
No coaches on
but
the
I
field.
do believe that the team on a timeout can come over in
To
the
the side.
vicinity of
That's
the
correct.
sideline, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Sometimes we see that when we watch Florida State play. Mickey Andrews, the defensive coordinator, calls those guys over there. They reluctantly go to that sideline. I think Mickey's been known to get on some people, motivate them, I think is what it's called.
Well, Charlie, have you gotten your assistant coach sideline pass at Florida State yet?
Not yet. I've spoke to Bobby Bowden about that, and hopefully we'll be able to arrange that.
Charlie's a
in the near
big
future.
Florida State fan, and good team to follow.
Yeah, they're great. Bowden's a class guy. Handoff up the middle. Look at this.
That's hard to believe.
That's the big guy.
that
Well,
is hard.
South Brunswick calls a timeout. They load it up. And
I think they were looking pass. I really think they were pass.
Yeah.
And again, great execution on the part of the
That
Bears.
was about 50, maybe 53 yards by our fullback there, Slaysloff. He did a great job. He really brought that ball down inside the 15. The ball's marked at the 14-yard line.
Okay, they're staying in their 4-man front, 4-4, man in motion.
147
guy's
back
dragging.
to pass.
He's not open.
Nobody open.
Excellent coverage.
Well, that was a nice play, I thought, too, by Mark Mariski, John. He basically threw that ball away.
Yes, because both his receivers were covered.
What was that pattern, John? Look, we had two receivers on the side.
Well, actually, the wideout on the right-hand side was driving down into the end zone, and the receiver came across underneath from the left-hand side.
That's a tight end, I guess. Brian Tote, 84, who went deep.
But they
defended.
The linebackers dropped back in their zones, and they picked them up coming up. I'm surprised. Okay.
We got double wides to the left. Matter of fact, plus the tight end move shifts to the other side. We got 19, Kenny Weinrob to the far side, along with Simmons.
Look at this.
Mariski on a keeper. He's going to be in. That's a touchdown.
Great execution again. I tell you, I'm impressed with the way the Bears are operating their triple option.
I was impressed with the block of number 76, Jimmy Correa, who did a great job. And of course, he got down there real quick to hug him, so that we made sure he got on the camera here, I think. But outstanding job for the Bears. The Bears go up 19-13 with 1:28 remaining. Yes, we got Mariski on with the hold out of for the kick of Bobby Mineta. Let's see what happens here. Snap is behind him. Mariski does a nice job of getting that ball actually right from behind him back and's got it set up. And we know how difficult that is.
Right. A little more work on that snap. The kid,
well, that's tough too.
Mariski made an excellent fielding the ball.
And Mineta's kick is good, as we've said, with 1:28 remaining. It puts the Bears on top, 20-13.
Yeah, what I'm impressed with the Bears' execution, that touchdown play, it looked to me like a number of the South Brunswick defenders thought that the fullback had the ball going up the middle. He made such a good ball fake, and the quarterback riding him, and then he pulled it and scooted up into the open area.
Well, that's that E-bone option, I guess,
it is,
where he rides the fullback. And, of course, the play before that, they went for 55 yards, was exactly that. He gave it to the fullback. The fullback cracked it up through there, and you're going to be looking for that. And we came right back with that same kind of action. And Mark Mariski, number 1, brought it in for the touchdown to put the Bears ahead.
I think on the kickoff here, we're going to see another line drive kick.
Line drive.
Yeah,
you don't want them
I don't think they're going to kick it to
run it back. Well, this is Mineta who does the kicking for the Bears. Let's see what happens here. If he gets a line driver, he's going to put it up in the air. No, it's kind of a line drive. 43 kind of dribbles it, bounces around. And that's Mahoney, number 43 for South Brunswick.
Okay, let's see. We got a minute 18. Okay.
Minute 18. I think we had
look for some wide open.
Number 19, Kenny Weinrob, and number 44 in there on the tackle, Alexander on the tackle for the Bears. The Vikings will get the ball here with 1:18 remaining in the half at their own 43-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. The Bears come out again. Do you loosen up a little, John, here? Do the Bears defense loosen up?
Yeah, I would expect them to. They usually go into some kind of a prevent defense. Let's see. It looks like they're jamming the 2 inside. Okay, quick out.
Quick out. Whoa. Oh, nice tackle.
I'm telling you, he did a good job getting off the block, because the blocker really came out and gave him a good stalk block, which means you break down in front of him.
That was number 23, John. Brian Robinson for the Bears on a great stick there. He really came up and did a nice job. South Brunswick's in their hurry up. We got flags all over the place. Yeah. Ball is incomplete.
I think it was illegal motion.
Yeah,
I think the receiver the man in motion, I believe, stepped forward before the ball was snapped.
That's Castaveri, who
I think the Bears
threw
should
that ball to Bobby Elisi.
turn this penalty down, probably.
What is the penalty? I missed it.
It looks like illegal procedure.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty, so they decline it. The Bears decline it. They'd rather have them be out of downs. Okay. They have a third and 6 here. This is a crucial play because 47 seconds. If they don't get a first down, most likely they'll punt.
Okay, South Brunswick comes out in with two wide to the right, split end to this side. We need to put some pressure on him. Oh! Intercepted! That's Mineta! Bobby Mineta!
Wow, what a turnaround.
Threw it right to him. That was Bobby Mineta who picked that ball up on about the East Brunswick 47-yard line, maybe around the 46, and sprinted down the left side, the South Brunswick side of the field, into the end zone for the 54-yard touchdown. And the Bears extend their lead to 26-13 with 32 seconds remaining. Boy, that's a nice. That
was a heads-up play.
Well, because the receiver got a hand on it, it looks like, and he kept his concentration. Mineta.
He looked it in all the way. He played the ball excellently.
I hope he's not too tired to kick this extra point, but he's going to kick it out of the hold of
like you said,
Marisky.
Charlie. He does the whole pack. Whoa! What is it with the snapping here?
Marisky tries to recover from that and tries to actually throw the ball to Mineta, who was back to kick. That snap again was rolled back to the holder.
They have to address that at halftime.
We got to get that straightened out.
Some way.
Well, because the score 20 should have been if the two snaps. Let's say the extra points were good. We're up 28-13.
Yep.
It puts that extra score that you were talking about before into the mind of the South Brunswick coaches, and it makes it that much more difficult.
Yeah,
but we're
under these circumstances, in the event that South Brunswick would come back with 2 more scores, if they kick the 2 extra points, they go up 27. They go up by 1, which forces the Bears to think field goal or the possibility of field goal. Because that could be the difference maker.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if they're going to continue either kicking field goals or extra points, that
the snapping's got to get straightened
out.
They'll
make an adjustment.
They'll make an adjustment. Well, I see they took Mineta off the. He's not going to kick off this time. We're going to go with.
Well,
we're going to go with number 3.
He probably
Chris.
Stopped for gas.
He had to refill the tank, I think.
Yeah.
Katarzi on to kick off number 3, and he's kind of low lines one back there squibbling around, and we got Steve Ferraria.
There's a good
nice tackle.
Good penetration.
Yeah, nice tackle.
There.
See if we can pick up that number over there.
Well, and that kickoff was a little difficult to return because it was a line drive, skipped a little bit, and usually the receivers have trouble concentrating on the ball. They're all looking. It's the normal reaction is to look at the.
Yeah, we had Simmons and number 98, Sean O'Keefe, in on that tackle over there. Dropped the South Brunswick ball
I would
carrier.
expect the Bears to drop off 15, 20 yards deep here.
Okay. Well, we got first down for South Brunswick at the 32-yard line.
I can't believe
my
this.
God.
I
Turn
cannot
around, son.
believe this.
Okay.
See, he's young. I mean, he got turned around. What he should be doing is, as the receiver breaks downfield, he should turn and start running with him so that he keeps a 5-yard buffer zone between them. He should never have the man get behind him.
Yeah, that was John. That was about a 30-yard advancement for South Brunswick. It brings the ball into East Brunswick territory at the 42-yard line, where we have, I believe it's 16 seconds remaining in the, if there's not a light out, I'm not sure, but it looks like 16 seconds. 16 seconds remaining in the half. You just cannot allow somebody to get behind you. That's why in that kind of a situation, we were dropped off into, we still had our 5 down linemen. We were trying to put some pressure on them, but we loosened the linebackers up and it looked like we had an extra defensive back or 2 in there. And we still had a little difficulty with that pass, although to South Brunswick's credit, Casaveria threw a very nice pass there and advanced the ball, as I said, probably about 35-yard pass. So the Bears got to get tough here with 16 seconds remaining in the half. Coach Borden was out on the field. There was called timeout. I didn't think South Brunswick had any timeouts left, but
all right, let's back. Okay, now
we're backed up.
Okay,
we're backed up. We got Brian Robinson deep back on this side. Casaveria looks up. He's throwing a long one for area.
Oh my
Touchdown.
Goodness! Touchdown. Hard to believe. Hard to believe. There's a penalty. I don't know if it's offense or
flag.
defense.
John, I think it was on East Brunswick, but we'll see. Pass interference against East Brunswick, obviously declined by the Vikings.
What a turn of events.
We're all a little frustrated at this point, but that was about 35 yards, 36-yard touchdown pass. Went right between the 2 East Brunswick defenders and number 32, Steve Ferraria, for the Vikings.
Well thrown pass.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
It was give him all the credit in the world. Of course, as far as the Bears are concerned, I mean, he had a lot of time to
we got
wind
Ferraria, who just caught the touchdown pass on to try the extra point. Bears trying to rush this. Looks like it's
wide.
no good. Now it's off to the left. Wide left. We're used to wide right in a place that I go, but this one was wide left. No good. There's 7 seconds remaining, and the Vikings will have to put the ball back in play. We'd probably expect to see something of an onside, just a little squib, and try to get in at halftime. Score is 26-19 in favor of the Bears. John, I don't know what I was going to ask you what you thought of that pass play, but it certainly was a nice pass by
I just thought
Casaveria from. He was a very nice quarterback from South Brunswick. I'm impressed with his ability. But and Ferraria there, he does it. He's like Mineta for the Bears. He does about everything, including catch touchdown passes.
It was difficult to follow back there. It looked like a crossing pattern, and there seemed to be some confusion. It was difficult for me to see. I thought the East Brunswick player was making
I thought he was going to make an interception.
Right.
Well,
that's what it looked like it was going to be, but then the South Brunswick player came up with the ball.
Well, certainly the one East Brunswick player went for the ball. I'm not sure on that one that you're not trying to make sure that you stay in position to make the tackle if there's a reception. If
right,
you know,
right. Especially with 7 seconds. But
that's easier said than
Yeah,
done.
right. They just had a touchdown prior to that.
We've never missed one from up here.
Right. It's a lot easier.
Mario to kick off, and as we expected, it is a squib kick. It's taken by number 8, Simmons. He's got a lot of quick. He brings the ball back up.
I like the way he runs.
Yes, he's tough.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, he really is tough. That's the end of the first period. And we're going to step out here for a second as we get ready to hear the East Brunswick High School Marching Band, directed by Mr. John Kish, who has done an outstanding job of putting this band together, and every year they just seem to get better and better. Let's listen to the East Brunswick Marching Band.
Okay.
back at East Brunswick High School awaiting the second half kickoff as the Bears return to the field. John, what do you think the first half?
It was exciting. A lot of touchdowns scored.
Yeah, 26,
nice running.
26-19,
Right.
East Brunswick leading at halftime.
Nice running, some nice passes thrown, good execution on the part of both teams. East Brunswick on a few occasions a little weak tackling, I thought, but
Yeah.
offensively they look good.
Yeah, a few too many arm tackles. Certainly we're impressed with the Bears offensively, though. They've
Definitely.
moved the ball very, very well. I mean, get that offense clicking. You need that quarterback to get it started, and I thought Mark Mariski had an excellent first half. Slavikov, the fullback 35, had a great run up the middle and did some nice blocking. Certainly Bobby Mineta, Mr. Everything for the Bears this year, had an outstanding first half. Number 8, Simmons, Tar Simmons, nice catch. Got good quickness. What year is he, John? Is he? He's a young player, right?
I have to put my glasses on. I'll tell you.
All right, we'll take a look at that. But all in all, offensively, you had to be impressed. He's a 12th grader, or didn't I see that correctly? Yeah, he's a senior. He's a senior, number 8. Waiting for the arrival of South Brunswick. They're just coming back onto the field. While we have a minute or two, we'd like to update our fans, the East Brunswick supporters of the outstanding fall season, which is underway. The girls gymnastics team is getting ready to defend their division crown and is looking forward to another GMC championship. The boys soccer team won today. They have a 4-0 record, I believe. They're ranked number 1 in the state. They beat St. Joe's the other day 3-0. I always like to see that. I somehow get a little extra pleasure of seeing a victory over St. Joe's. But an outstanding start
and
for
vice
them.
versa, I think they feel.
Oh, they love to beat us as well,
Yeah.
and it's a hot rivalry. Sometimes I question whether or not it's a good rivalry.
Well, it's gotten better.
Well, we keep things in perspective. It's a high school athletic event, whether or not it's football or soccer or basketball, and play it accordingly and be gentlemen and ladies about it. Kind of a high water mark here today at East Brunswick. Our friend, Mr. Dan Hastings, the coach of the soccer team, had a victory today, and it was his 300th victory as the head soccer coach here at East Brunswick. And Dan's certainly a friend and has done an outstanding job to lead the Bears for many years as the soccer took over for another outstanding coach, Leon Florick, who got the program going. I guess maybe Whitey Waldorf was the first soccer coach, but Leon was shortly thereafter. That was the head coach. Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah, that's my recollection as
okay,
well.
and and Danny took over sometime in the 80s. We were trying to figure out exactly when, but he got his 300th win today, and we're excited for him. And
Former student
of ours. That's right. And I coached with Danny. I coached football, and he was soccer coach at Churchill. We don't even want to remember that far back, but those were pleasurable days, and we wish Danny and his team success for the rest of the year. And a personal note of thanks and appreciation from us all here at East Brunswick High School for the outstanding job that Danny has done over a long, long period of time. The girls tennis team has started 6-0, and they're ranked number 15 in the state. They won today over J.P. Stevens, who was their closest rivalry in the GMC, and they're looking forward to the GMC tournament. I know they had a couple of rainouts, one against the West Windsor, who has always been very tough. I know they had Moorestown as well, if my recollection is correct. And was that rained out, John? Do you not remember?
I don't recall us playing Moorestown.
It's I know we have Newark Academy later this week, or not next week, I guess.
Always one of the top teams.
Well, right. We're always one of the top teams in the state. So we wish the girls tennis team, who has been outstanding, absolutely the best tennis team in girls tennis team in Middlesex County and this entire area. the girls soccer team with Lucosa at the helm still for the Bears, ranked number 2 in the state. And they are undefeated after beating Old Bridge today. And they're back at it. I know EBTV3 will be doing some of the soccer games upcoming. The Bears will receive the kickoff in the second half. The officials have brought them together at midfield, and the captains are exchanging handshakes as we get ready for the kickoff. I just want to mention a couple of other quick things here. The field hockey team is currently 3-1. They'll host Piscataway tomorrow at 10 a.m. Yeah, tomorrow morning we get out here and see the girls field hockey team, who is ranked number 2 in the area. Cross-country teams, both the boys and the girls, have gotten off to good starts, and next Tuesday, the 25th, they're going to be at South Brunswick. And of course, the volleyball team, the girls volleyball team, is 6-0, and their next home match is the 24th. I'm not sure when this broadcast is actually going to be aired, but they're at West Windsor North. Will be here. I remind you that next week we will be here. The Bears host Bishop R next Friday night at 7 o'clock here at J. Doyle Field. So we urge all the East Brunswick fans to come out and cheer on the Bears to a victory against Bishop R. Okay, we're just about ready for the opening kickoff. South Brunswick will be kicking. We have number 36, of course, Brian Mineta, back deep for the Bears. That's number 13 to kick for South Brunswick. Anthony Morrow kicks it short, fallen on by number 32 for the Bears.
Derek Kozlowski.
Derek Kozlowski
did a nice job fielding the ball, took it up, put his head, bowled his head, made a few yards.
And that's a tough, you don't realize how fast that ball's coming at you.
Right.
He was at about the 40-yard line, and the ball will be placed
did a good job. He stayed right down on top of it.
He sure did. The ball's placed on the 40. It'd be 1st and 10 for the Bears as we get set here for the first offensive play of the second half.
Charlie, while you were talking about the other accolades of different,
broken play, John.
Yep.
Mariski looked like he was either turned the wrong way or something happened, and he was dropped by number 3, Corey Griffin, and
quick penetration.
Ferraria. Yeah, quick penetration, and he just had nowhere to go. So that's a loss of about 2. It'll bring up a second and 12 for the Bears from their 38-yard line.
This being a relatively warm night, one of the concerns that I would have either way is how many players are going both ways and whether or not they'll show any signs of fatigue.
Back to pass. Mariski is hit. The ball is incomplete. He was pressured there.
His receivers were about even with the defenders.
Yeah, that was number 75, Luke Steepy, and that's the way it's spelled, S-T-E-E-P-Y, Steepy, who put the pressure on Mariski, and Mark had to release the ball a little early. It looked like he had a receiver down here about the South Brunswick 40-yard line. But
they're running fly patterns. I thought that it would have been up for grabs.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to go to number 8, Simmons, who's got that speed out there. He keeps the ball, Mariski that is, brings it up close. It's short.
Punt situation.
Yeah, it's a punt situation. Mariski's brings the ball up to the 48-yard line, where it'll be a 4th down and about 3.5 for the Bears, and the wise move here is for Coach Borden to send on the punting team. And
hopefully we'll have a snapper in there, because this snap has to go another 5 yards beyond what the extra point snaps were.
Yeah, that's right.
Punter's back there.
Okay, we're ready to go. Snap.
Cheap.
It does bounce. Gets it off. I think that's 20. Doug Pfeiffer. Is that 25? Yeah. I like that number 25 John. One of my favorite numbers, 25. Doug Pfeiffer, the punter for the Bears, does get the ball off. He is pressured from the outside.
They did a good job.
Yeah, he had to feel that punt on one hop, and we all know how difficult that is. The Bears get ready to go on defense here. Okay, we're ready to go. South Brunswick puts the ball in play at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10.
Okay,
Brian Casavery's pass, complete.
Okay, little out pattern.
Yeah.
Well, the Bears have to figure out some way to get more pressure here on the passer. If you could sit back there that long, people are going to break open sooner or later.
The stop was made by number 37, Chris Riccio. You remember that name, John?
Sure do. His father played.
His father played. He was an outstanding football player for the Bears.
And a very nice person.
Absolutely a great young man. Enjoyed working with him and coaching him, and he's certainly a friend. And his son, Chris, made a nice stop there in that play.
Man-to-man
Man in motion. Mineta is playing
off tackle.
Man-to-man.
Jeez.
Cleared out. He's gone.
Oh, man. 11, nope.
No.
Gone.
That's Steve Ferrari for the Vikings in for the touchdown. The ball was marked at the previously at the 36-yard line. Count it. Move the. There's a flag in the middle of the field.
That looks like it'll come back. It's coming back.
It's coming back. That would have been. I started to say that was going to be a from the 38. That's about 14 yards, and 50 makes 64-yard run will be nullified by the apparently the clip. I don't know why anybody had a clip because Ferrari.
He was in the clear.
He was gone.
He didn't need anybody blocking.
He was gone. We had and Ferrari is a good football player, and he's obviously very quick. We don't want to demean the efforts of our defensive back, Danlenko. He made a good move and never gave up for him, but it didn't look like he was going to get to him. And so the ball is brought back because of the penalty. It's from the spot of the foul where the clip occurs. The penalty is marked off and is brought back to the 44-yard line of East Brunswick, where it is 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Bears are in there 5-3-3. Back to pass. Good pressure. Nope, he gets away from 34.
Yeah, that was close. He almost had him. Quarterback recovered.
That was Brian Linkos, number 34, who we haven't seen. At least I haven't seen him on the field before, but he made a nice move and almost brought the quarterback down for a loss. The ball is at the line of scrimmage where it'll be 2nd and 10 for no gain on that play. And South Brunswick will put the ball in play with Brad Casavery, number 16 at quarterback, and 32 Ferrari at the tailback position. Bears are in their 5-3. Pitch to Ferrari. He's got good quickness. No, not that time. That was Mineta and a host of Ernie Fusco for the Bears in on that stop. There was a couple other ball players. We didn't pick up the numbers. Yeah, that was a joint effort over there.
It was excellent defensive play. They broke down and they squeezed them in together. Unfortunately, the South Brunswick has been able to bounce out on the South Brunswick left-hand side. They're not getting the
side
same,
closest to us here.
Yes, yeah. The first half, if you
All right,
recall.
we're in our base defense against 5-3. Fake up the middle, is back to pass, throws a screen. Ferrari shakes off one defender.
Nice play. Nice play.
Held him up a little bit. 84 misses the tackle.
Oh, man.
This time he's in for the touchdown.
Oh, man.
We got a little bit of a late hit there against number 76 of the Bears. That's Jimmy Correa, who took a little bit of a late pop, and the official was standing right there. Unnecessary. The ball carrier was in the end zone. South Brunswick player did not have to pop the East Brunswick player, number 76, Jimmy Correa. And unnecessary. We're going to get. Where's that marked off, John? Do you recall?
I'm not sure. It'll probably be either on the extra point or the field goal. I mean the kickoff.
Kickoff?
Yeah, extra point.
Well, and I'm not sure either. I don't remember because you don't see too many penalties after the ball was crossed the goal line.
Right.
I don't recall seeing
They
one.
will score the touchdown.
Oh, the touchdown is good. He was definitely in the end zone before the penalty. Just unnecessary. What's unsportsmanlike? Here's the official's call against the Vikings. And it wasn't a violent hit or anything like that. But unnecessary. They mark it off on the extra point, which is...
I would say that's advantageous for the Bears. We'll see how it turns out, but that single point could be
this is going to make the extra point from the... Where's that ball? On the 18, John?
10.
Yeah, 3 and 15, 18-yard line.
18-yard line.
It's
right.
marked off from where the extra point would have been, which is the 3-yard line. 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct on the Vikings, and obviously they're not. Oh, they're going to go for it. Ferrari must have quite a foot here. If I were the Bears, I think I'd leave a couple of guys back deep. But let's see what happens on the snap. This is going to be a heck of a kick. He puts it down. It's blocked. Catch it! Excuse me. We got a little excited, but
Short.
no, I think we're all right. That was probably. I was hollering to the East Brunswick defender to catch the ball. Can you not catch it and take off?
No.
I guess I was incorrect.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we forget we have these headsets on, and we're kind of coaching and making a few adjustments here as we go by. And we have the East Brunswick.
College or the pros, if you take a blocked punt back all the way, a blocked extra point back all the way,
it's a point.
It's a point for your team.
Maybe that's
or an interception.
I thought I was in Tallahassee or something, I guess. You know, I get a little carried away. I apologize for that. We got the East Brunswick coaches here who are assisting from the booth up here, which plays down to the defensive coordinator, Andy Steinfeld, and, of course, the offensive and the head coach, Marcus Borden. We got Keith Lane over here to our left, who's been a part of the staff for a number of years. And I'm just trying to look beyond that. I know we got the Churchill coaches, coach the 9th grade.
Yeah.
We're ready for the kickoff.
Bill McDougall is
Bill
there.
McDougall, yeah, I see Bill.
The 9th grade team, which Bill coaches, look at this.
Get on it. All right, good move.
Boy.
Maybe. Well, East Brunswick falls on the ball back at the 17-yard line. Number 23, Brian Robinson, had trouble fielding the ball, and it kind of squirted by him, and he did the right thing. He got on top of it. You know, the worst thing you can do, John, is try to pick that up.
Right. Well, I think initially he was looking to try to make the play on it, but it was a squibber. It was a tough ball. They're difficult to handle, as you mentioned before. It's not a basketball. It's got those pointed ends, and it takes weird bounces. So we
got Mariski at quarterback again for the Bears to put the ball in play at the 17. 1st and 10 with 8:01 remaining in the 3rd period. Scorer now is looking for the handoff.
Got caught by pursuit that time.
Yeah, got picked up on the pursuit.
Play developed a little slowly.
Well, that was Mariski on a keeper. He fakes the fullback up the middle and rides him, and he reads that tackle, as John said before. And if the tackle doesn't come across, he darts inside there and tries to pick up some yardage. And he did pick up about 4 yards to make it 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Bears at the 21-yard line. Handoff this time to Mineta off the left side.
Fumble.
Mineta is hit by number 44, Aaron Preacher. For South Brunswick. The ball is fumbled and recovered by Preacher. The Vikings will have the ball when it goes back in play with 7:16 remaining in the quarter from the 23-yard line. So this is test time for the Bears.
Yeah, it certainly is. They're sharpness the first half certainly hasn't been evident here the second half.
Not yet. They need to get it together.
They better hang in here right now. This could be a telling part of the ball game.
Yep, they need to get it together.
There we go. Good stick.
Good stick.
Yep. Team tackle.
That was Ferrari up the middle. Team tackle by the Bears. One of those in on the tackle there for the Bears. Excuse me. Was number 50, the nose tackle, Janowski. Janowski for the Bears. Gain of about 2, make it 1.5. It'll be 8 to go. 2nd and 8 for South Brunswick at the East Brunswick 20-yard line.
Pass.
Back to pass.
Uh-oh.
Turn. Touchdown. Touchdown, South Brunswick. That was Casaberry on the pass to number 5, Chad Wood, who caught the ball over his shoulder. The defensive back just got beaten, and it was a perfect pass.
Yeah.
Right on the money. And the Vikings will go ahead 31-26 with 6:30 remaining in the third period. And the Bears look a little bit tired, John, to me.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing. They don't seem to be as fired up as they were. Of course, they've made some mistakes, and they've just not been as sharp. And South Brunswick, to their advantage, has taken advantage of the circumstances. I mean, it was a well-thrown ball again, good protection, and unfortunately for East Brunswick, the receiver got behind the defender again.
Defender was right there, and I think, not to say.
In front of him.
I think it was Mineta going for 2. In for 2. Ferrari in for 2. Make it 33-26, which makes that 7 points.
7-point difference.
Yep, that was a big extra point.
2-point play.
Yep. And Ferrari just took it in there. We get back to the pass. It was a perfect pass from the 20-yard line. And I was saying in the first half, John, that Mineta does everything. And he was the one that was back defending on that. You coached this game for a long time, and I dabbled in coaching from here, time and again. And you want to keep your best athlete on the field all the time, but sometimes they just get tired.
Yeah, you have to find some time to give them a break in there. I know that over the years that our game plan included how are we going to substitute for the few players that had to go both ways, because unless it's a cool day, high school kids get tired. They're just not made of steel.
Yeah, I remember we had a guy who's on the sidelines there, and it just reminded me, Glenn Pazinko, who was an outstanding player for the Bears. I know when he played for me, played for Churchill, he rarely came off the field, but you had a plan and have a plan ready to spell them at time to time, because they do get tired and they lose their effectiveness sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back here. The Vikings are going to kick off at 6:30 remaining in the third period. Back deep is Robinson, Simmons, and Mineta.
Boy, they stand with that kick.
This is Simmons with the ball. Up the middle. He could go all the way. Get his feet.
He's exciting. He's exciting.
Yes, he is.
Quick. He's got good balance. He runs tough.
And he is stopped by number 23.
You can see why South Brunswick is kicking off with this line drive squib kick, because they don't want to kick to him. Or Mineta, I don't think.
Yeah, to give Marvin Graver credit, he made a nice stop for South Brunswick, although Simmons was able to bring the ball up across the 50 into South Brunswick territory at the 48. Excuse me, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears. Mariski at quarterback. Hand off again to Simmons.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the designation of that play is. It looks like somewhat like a misdirection. Quarterback's coming out with a reverse spin. The deep tailback seems to hesitate waiting for the ball, unless it's a timing thing. He ran tough once he got the ball.
He ran tough, and he's got it up there, gain about 4 yards. It looks like it's 2nd and 6. from the South Brunswick 45-yard line for the Bears. Bears come up over the ball with Mariski at quarterback. Bears got a strong to the right. Mariski on a keeper. He's got one to beat. Made a nice move there. He stopped by number 45, Holligan of the Vikings, but not before he picked up a first down, a gain of about 16 yards.
Yeah, he looked good. He made a good decision.
Yeah, made a good
Turned
decision.
it up field.
Well, John, that's the East Brunswick offense where
Right.
your quarterback, in this case, Mark Mariski, has got to make a lot of decisions. Every play he's coming down that line of scrimmage, he's got to read the tackle, he's got to make another
Of course,
read.
they practice it.
Oh yeah,
day.
they work at it. Obviously,
Right.
he's worked very hard.
There's that
Simmons.
Well,
Okay.
actually,
that's like a lead.
it's a
right?
lead. Yeah, you're right. It was a lead. He faked to the first back, and then he gave to the second, and he followed him through the hole.
Yeah, that's the one we ran earlier all the way on that left side and kind of kicked it out and created a nice crease for Simmons. He doesn't need much because he's quick. That's a gain of about 3.5. It looks like it's about 2nd and 7 from the 26-yard line for East Brunswick. East Brunswick needs to get this thing in the end zone here on this drive.
They got 3 wideouts over here on the near side of the field, unbalanced line to the right, single back.
Long count.
And
Mariski keeps
again.
it. Go. Oh, okay. Moves the ball ahead. He's knocked down by number 18, Bobby Alisi for South Brunswick, but not before he picked up a first down. That's Mariski on that carry on a keeper. He brings it up to the 14-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears. Make it about the 13.5. Mariski under center. Calling signals. Mineta in motion. Handoff to the fullback up the middle. That's Dmitry Slagoff, excuse me. Up the middle for a gain of about 3, maybe 3.5. Make it 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball is just inside the 10-yard line, John. What do you look for on this one?
Well, I do believe he's got to keep the ball on the ground. He's got 3 shots to get to 7 yards.
You think 19 Kenny Weinrob is out there as a decoy? Simmons again.
Yes, I did believe that.
Okay.
Not much yardage on that one.
I think we lost maybe about. No, you're right. No gain. Maybe a half a yard. It'll bring up a 3rd down for the Bears. It'll be 3rd and 7, just inside the 10-yard line, and it's an important play for the Bears. Bears need to make something happen here.
Yeah, that's a lot of yards, but if he takes 2 shots at it, he needs about 4 in each try. He might go for a play action pass.
Okay, and Mariski's under center, and we got Bayless number 22 out wide.
They're running.
Mariski on the keeper. He gets 1 block over there.
That's 1st down or a touchdown.
I can't see any signal for a touchdown, but it's very close.
1st down.
1st down for the Bears.
Nice execution.
You know, that was a nice block by number 22, who just brought that play in for the Bears, Greg Bayless. He really screened off the defender and allowed Mariski to cut inside of him and extended the play into the, well, it looks like it's what, is that a 1-yard line, John?
Yeah.
Maybe even inside the 1.
I think inside. I think about a foot and a half.
Foot and a half to go.
Yeah, they call that a crackback when the outside receiver comes inside and blocks inside. Oh, not this time. Stood him up.
Yep. No gain. The important thing on that block is, of course, it's got to be made above the waist.
Correct, in the front of the body.
Right, in the front of the body, because from behind or below the waist, the flag is thrown and back it up. It looked like maybe we lost about a half a yard, so it'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Again, just about the 1-yard line, a foot or 2 inside possibly. The play is being brought back in. We're going to go, East Brunswick's confused.
Well, that's a good timeout. This is no time to get a penalty.
No, we need to get this ball in the end zone.
Right.
As you can see, with 1:33 remaining in the third quarter, we have South Brunswick leading the Bears 33-26, and that's why Coach Emery indicated that this is a critical series for the Bears. We got second, third, and fourth down to make a yard. So you're the coach. Send in the play. I know Coach Borden didn't let you send in too many plays while you worked with him.
No. He was the play caller, and a very good play caller.
Absolutely.
He definitely uses his imagination, and he is one of the more ingenious coaches in the area.
Absolutely. Okay, you got the call, John.
Well, I think that first call, of course, it was the same situation we had before the score, the touchdown when he spun out of the hole was actually blocked up on his touchdown run.
Right.
And if you remember, he spun out and made it, which he tried to do this time, but they had enough people to pick up on him. So
yeah, that was the fullback John's referring to, who just got the ball up the middle.
We call it fullback dive or slant.
Yeah.
Slant. I would think that he'll come in and fake that.
Oh, he looks like we got okay. We're wide we got a split wide receiver.
Yeah, he's trying to spread him out
in the slot. One back behind him.
Yeah, quarterback's coming.
Mariski keeps the ball, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah,
that was a good call. Did you make that? Was that? No, you said the fullback was going to get the ball.
No, I said he was going to fake to the fullback and
and spin out on that. Okay.
Quarterback, because they had just run that play before and gave to the fullback.
Okay.
I think it's still a read thing, probably. Where he's reading the defensive line, and
you got to make a quick decision
right.
on that.
Well, he does, but they do that, every day of practice.
It just seems to me to be a tremendous quick read for him because you're on a goal line, and
they have both.
They
have the read situation, and they have the give or keep.
Okay, let's see if we can get this snap back to Mariski. It's up there. It's high. It's up. It's good.
Good.
No.
Nope.
No.
Boy, it's killing him.
Wide to the right. Gee, I've heard that before. The score is 1:25 remaining in the third period. South Brunswick 33, the Bears 32. That extra point would have given us a tie game, but it's not to be. The snap that time, we had three that rolled back, and that one fired that one back.
Yeah.
And he almost got it down, and it just disrupts the flow of the whole. I mean, the kicker's back there. Maybe you can explain that better than I can.
Well, I mean, they practice it every day, and it's a timing thing. It's the snap, the catch, the place, the kick. I mean, everybody does it
now,
on
when
timing.
When does that kicker start to make his move? He really starts his momentum before the ball is actually
on the snap of the ball.
On the snap of the ball.
And as he's stepping towards the ball, the holder is catching and putting it down. I mean, if it's a good snap, it should,
So if it's high or it rolls back, he has to readjust, and that's what happens when he's pushed it off the right a little bit.
Which is tough to do.
It was good. I thought it would look good from here, but I can't see very well. That's Mineta back kicking. It's Ferrara again with the football. That young man's got a lot of yardage tonight. We have no stats per se. That's something we ought to think about adding to this operation.
I haven't looked defensively, but I would guess that their tailback is not playing defense as well as offense.
Ferrari?
He is. Yes, he is.
He's been on both sides of it. He kicks extra points and he kicks off. As I said, he's kind of like Mineta's counterpart on the other side of the field. Well, it's first and 10, John, here. Just let me give the yardage here. First and 10 at the 39-yard line, 38.5 for the Vikings. The Bears, again, in their 5-3 defense. The Vikings got two wide here to the wide side of the field in an I formation. The deep back gets the ball. That's number 22, who brings the ball up the field for the Vikings. That's
27 made the tackle.
That was Darrell Harris, 27 on the tackle for the Bears.
Yep.
Brian Ackerman on the stop for the Bears with a nice stop. It'll be second and about 2 for the Vikings at the 47-yard line at their own 47-yard line. Bears got to get tough here and play some defense. Handoff to 43.
They can live with that. I mean, as long as they keep the breakaways and the big yardage plays away.
That was Evan Mahoney on a carry. You notice, and I compliment the South Brunswick coaches for this, they've rotated some new backs in, and Ferrari, for example, who has done everything as we've indicated before, has gotten a chance to maybe catch his breath over there. They also had a different quarterback in there just for
Right.
2 plays. But we're back in the I formation, wide to the left, motion to the left side, the offensive left, up the middle.
First down. Yep.
First down for, it was first and less than a yard. Looks like he picked up about 3 yards. That's the end of the third quarter. That was tackled by number 76, Jimmy Correa, who made a nice stop, but the South Brunswick ball carrier brought it across midfield to the East Brunswick 49-yard line, where it'll be first and 10 for the Vikings when we begin the fourth quarter. What do you think after 3 quarters, John?
Well, they came out with a lot of momentum, South Brunswick, and it wasn't looking good for the Bears there. The Bears, after they received that last kickoff, though, put it together, looked sharp on offense, marched down the field. Unfortunately, they missed the extra point, the tying extra point, and it's too bad that we have to keep harping about that. But the game's gone back and forth between 1 or 2 points, and that could come down to be the determining factor in the game.
Yeah, those 3 or 4 snaps, 4 snaps by East Brunswick has definitely been a factor. And we're not trying to say that that's the entire game, but
No, right.
you look for a little when a game is this close, 1 point. You look for that.
It affects your strategy. I mean, to a degree, but I do believe that there'll be another touchdown scored one way or the other here. I don't think this will be the final score. The 2 defenses all night have not been able to stop each other.
Well, we got 33 and 32. We got 65 points on the board, so it certainly has been an offensive game. Pitch.
That's it.
He got. No, he's gone.
No, Minetta will run him down.
Minetta's got him. No.
Well,
Bobby Minetta tried to knock him out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. It's hard for us to see that far sideline. I thought he might have got him out, but apparently he didn't.
these big plays are just.
Well, that was a 49-yard play.
Yep.
49-yard touchdown by number 43, Evan Mahoney of the Vikings, to put the Vikings up on the Bears 39-32 with just 15 seconds off the clock in the fourth quarter. And as Coach Emery indicated, there would be some more scoring because the offensives have certainly dominated this game. We got Ferrara out of the hold of Brad Casaveri, the quarterback. Nice snap to snap his back.
Good.
No.
Whoa, what a break for the Bears. What a break for the Bears.
This must be an awful angle here to see that from, because I thought the other one was good, but that one was obviously to the left. And as Coach Emery said, 39-32 for the Vikings.
Yeah, it keeps it a one-touchdown game.
It's a one-touchdown game, so the Bears are still in it. And they certainly could use a win. We've all been involved in athletics here for a long time, and there's nothing like winning, folks. These kids, these young men started preparing for this season when the last season ended. The weight program in the winter, weight program in the spring, running and weights in the summer, and then double sessions start, and you kind of lose your legs a little bit. You kind of get them back under you. They've had 2 tough games against 2 of the premier teams in Middlesex County, in Saraville and J.P. Stevens, and get a chance to come home this evening at friendly confines of J. Doyle Stadium. And they find themselves with 11:49 remaining in the game within 1 touchdown, and we're certainly impressed with the offenses of both teams here this evening. I think Simmons is back deep. I'm not sure. Yep.
Offsides.
Offsides. Whistles, penalties.
Yep.
No, actually, that's number 23. Brian Robinson back deep for the Bears. The two short men are Mineta and Simmons, and they've been trying to keep the ball down and let it roll around to try to give South Brunswick goes offside. You don't see that call very often, you know, John?
No, well, you know, kids get excited, and it happens once in a while, especially big games. You know, kids, they want to get down and make the touchdown, so.
Yeah.
And it's a little timing thing. If the kicker slows up at all, guys that are running full speed will step across the line.
I always used to like to do this.
They should be able to look at him, though, too.
Yeah, right. They should. Again, squib kick, 84.
Well, I definitely give South Brunswick credit for kicking those line drives, because the Bear returners have looked dangerous. And I wouldn't want to be kicking.
Right? That was 84. Brian Tote, who is kind of trying to catch his breath on his knees on the field. Hopefully he's all right. I think he probably just got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Yeah, I just realized. See, he plays volleyball also, doesn't he?
Yeah, I believe he does, John. He's
he was a big factor with that state championship.
Yeah, 3 years
team.
in a row. The Bears in the spring captured the state championship for the past 3 seasons, and Brian was a very important factor on that team. The Bears come out in a wishbone formation. Mariski hands off to fullback 35. Slakoff up the middle for a gain of about 2. Ball is marked just short of the 50-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and a long 8 for the Bears. We're glad to see Brian Tote, who John mentioned is a volleyball player as well, back up in the ball game. Bears at double wide. Simmons to the right and Weinrob to the left, and
he's
pitch
open
to Mineta.
Gee, that surprised me. I thought they had more yardage on that. Give credit to South Brunswick defender. He shed the blocker and made a nice tackle.
Yeah, that was number 46, Joe Heiser, for the Vikings, who made that nice play. It looked from here that there was some
room, he had the corner.
Room on the outside for Mineta, but Heiser got himself in the right position and disrupted the flow, and it'll bring up a 3rd and a long 5 for the Bears from the 47-yard line. From the South Brunswick 47. We got pitch this way to Simmons. Take this guy outside. Oh, he trips.
I think he made a first down.
Yeah, I don't think his knee was down.
They got it.
Yep, we got it. First down, East Brunswick at the South Brunswick 40-yard line. That's 10:06 remaining, and that was Simmons on the pitch from Mariski. And had a lot of room outside, John.
I like your reaction on that we got it. I don't know if we're supposed to be impartial, but they got the 2 wrong guys if they expected us not to be cheering for East Brunswick here.
Well, if they expected us to be non-partial, then they're probably in dreamland someplace.
Yeah.
But
we've been here too many years.
That's true. We are definitely rooting for the Bears. We try to be fair and make the good plays and note those that are South.
Oh, jeepers creepers!
Simmons puts the ball on the ball on the ground. He was grabbed just as he received the handoff by number 46 again, Joe Heiser. He made 2 great plays on that series, and he really never was able to tuck the ball away. He got the handoff, and an arm got on his arm and pulled it away, and he dropped the ball. So it'll be turned over at 9:32 remaining in the 4th quarter to the Vikings at their own 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, this is step-up time.
Well, Bears got to come to life here on defense. I see Coach trying to make a few substitutions here. Some clean jerseys out there. Number
Yeah.
22,
Oh,
nice
okay.
tackle,
That was
nice tackle.
Good team pursuit on that.
Yep.
That play didn't really come off too well for South Brunswick.
No, that it didn't. And we were impressed with that tackle, and I think it was Fusco, Ernie Fusco, that made the stop, the middle linebacker for the Bears, who has had an outstanding game. And I know that Mike Luck is also part of that defense, but I believe that was Fusco, if I read that correctly.
Could be a
no
pass.
gain, no gain. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Coach is saying
No, here he
pass. No,
comes.
we're coming wide here to the left side. Somebody's got to stick him.
What's happening over here that I really watched this time is that the wideouts are driving off and stalk blocking the defensive corners, and in the meantime, the backs got plenty of running room.
That was a first down for the Vikings, just short of the midfield stripe at the 49-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. That was Fusco trying to make the tackle, but he was unsuccessful. They kind of slid it through his arms, and the flag on the play. The officials are counting players, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That's what they play with. Unless somebody ran off the field late, John. I didn't see it.
I think they're going to pick up the flag. They're going to wave it off. Nope.
Illegal participation. That's that.
They call them on it. I'm surprised.
That's that slap up to the shoulder there. That signal illegal participation. I didn't see anybody slide off the field. You know, sometimes somebody will come in and get out of that huddle. We'll have 12 men in a huddle or whatever, but we missed it. But we'll take the 5. I mean, East Brunswick will take the 5 yards, I'm sure. It'll be 1st and 15 at the 44-yard line, at the South Brunswick 44. Handoff to number 43.
Nice tackle. That looked like, I'll tell you in a second, 50. 50 made the tackle.
50.
Vincent
That's the nose.
Janowski.
On the tackle. That's the nose guard, and we've called his number several times this evening. He's played a real nice game at the nose guard position. As I said, it's a very tough position. You play either to the left, right, or sometimes head up on the center, and your job is to disrupt things in the middle of that line.
Okay.
And really, East Brunswick hasn't gotten hurt up the middle. Right. We've gotten hurt around the ends.
Here's a strategy call, whether to throw the ball. Yeah, he's throwing.
Back to
well,
pass.
He's rolling out. Oh, I can't believe.
No, over his head.
Okay.
Over his head.
Yep.
We're all right. We had Robinson back there with Mineta. We had 2 defenders.
Yeah.
Casaveri's pass was long enough, just a little bit overthrown. You know, I'm impressed with the quarterback.
He threw that on the run.
Well, you know, John, he was going to his left.
His left, tough
which
throw.
is a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback. And he threw that ball, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 35 yards almost.
On the run.
On a run. So he's impressive. And
okay, let's see if the Bears can put some pressure here on
okay, what do we got, John?
It's
5,
a throwing, drop
back to pass.
Here he is.
Screen. Tight end, intended for number 46.
Well, that was really one of the first times that on the drop back situation that the Bears penetrated.
Yeah.
That play, I believe, affected the quarterback's throw.
Yeah, because Joe Heiser, the tight end, number 46, was certainly wide open down the middle. I remember watching a game last year, Florida State and against Miami, down in Miami, and they killed Florida State with that tight end pass. I mean, they just never covered the tight end, and they didn't do it all day.
Oh, terrible
kick off the side of Ferrara's foot. Again, what I'm going to say, and I'm not going to say this again tonight, Ferrara, like Mineta, has played both ways, punts, kicks off, kicks extra points. The young man looks a little tired to me. And
that's something that he probably would not normally do earlier in the ball game. Although he might have been trying to kick it out of bounds off the side of his foot, which, unless you're a polished punter is tough to do.
I've watched those guys in the NFL who are getting big money to punt, and they can't kick one out of bounds.
We used to try to teach our kids that years ago when I was working with the punters. Basically, Nick Spadafino was the punter man over the years, but I remember giving up on it and just kick the ball as far as you can because we had guys.
Again, we have the Bears a little bit confused. We needed another player around the field, and Vinny Jaskowski, came in and took that spot. That was Mineta on the keeper.
No, Mariski.
Mariski, I keep saying Mineta.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Nice run by Mariski.
Do you notice what they're doing out there now, which makes it easier? Is the quarterback runs over to the coach and gets the play.
Yes.
Because that saves putting a substitute in and the substitute relaying it to the quarterback and then he having to call it.
That was Aaron Preacher, number 44, on a tackle for South Brunswick. Mariski might have been gone. He had a lot of room in there. We got the handoff up the middle to the fullback. That was Sygoff on the carry. Sygoff on the carry for the Bears, and the first down for East Brunswick. Ball is inside the 40-yard line at the 39. We got 6:21 to go, and we got a 39-32 score. This is an important drive for the Bears, John.
Yes, it is. And then you'll have to make a decision, that him being Coach Borden, if the Bears do score, whether to go for one or go for two.
We're up the middle again with Sygoff.
That seems to be a long way away at this time.
Yeah, well, we're 36 yards away from there, it seems.
Yeah. Most coaches have a chart. I mean, this is a no-brainer. I mean, you either go for the tie or you go for the win. But a lot of coaches have charts. If you're so many points ahead, you go for one. If you're so many points ahead, you go for two.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I get down there, I'm going to kick the extra point.
Yeah, because it
ties the game and you can't lose.
Right.
At least not at that play. Second down and 7 at the 36-yard line. We got motion with Simmons. Mariski on the keeper.
Oh, man, he just dragged him down. That was close. He would have been big yardage.
Yeah, that's Holligan, the linebacker who we've spoken about it several times, along with Ferrara, and he's still out there making tackles.
Okay, we got a third
down and about 3.
And we have a four down situation. 4 down meaning that they take all 4 shots and making a first down.
Well, right.
Because they're not going to be punting in this.
East Brunswick's not going to punt from their own, at the South Brunswick 33-yard line, even if they don't gain any, because there's 4:51 and the clock is moving. And
yeah, this is
I'm
crucial.
not sure how many timeouts are left, John. I think each team has used 1, but I'm not positive.
There he is. There it is.
Out of keeper. First down for the Bears.
First down. Kid's gutsy kid.
He's tough.
I'll tell you, I'd like to see the Bears use up the whole clock and not leave South Brunswick with much time. Use up the clock and score, that is.
Well, if they scored in the next play, I think that Coach Borden would be very happy. But
right,
if we had our druthers, we'd just as soon run off 4:23 and score in the last second, so that South Brunswick didn't have a chance to come back at us. We're in a full house here, wishbone formation, 3 backs. Simmons on the left side. That play has kind of run itself out, I think. That's that he fakes that the fullback up the middle and makes that handoff. If I were going to run that play to Simmons again, I think that I would run that lead. It seems this lead has been more effective this evening, although it's easy for us to stand here and second guess and call plays.
I thought he might have jumped outside a little bit early on that play, but I couldn't tell whether it was blocked up.
We got a full bone here for the Bears. Tight end moved a little bit, but they didn't call it. Mariski, nice tackle by 43, or he's up the field. Mariski's got a lot of room if he gets by that one tackle by Mahoney. Number 43.
Yeah, he's made that save a couple times.
Yes,
now.
he has. He's done a nice job. He's also calling the defensive signals for South Brunswick.
Might go for a timeout here.
We got third down and about looks like 8 to go for the Bears. Ball is on the 25-yard line.
Boys.
The clock is running. Coach Emery was saying go for it. Once the ball is placed in ready for play by the official, there's 25 seconds.
I think he might be throwing.
Okay, we're going to throw. Steps
he's
inside.
running.
Now he's going to run. Now he's got to get going, though. Okay.
Well, he's brought it close. I'd say about a yard.
I think he's short, John. No,
Yeah,
maybe by a yard and a half.
Yep. Fourth down.
2
yards.
That was Mariski on a drop back to pass. Got some pressure from the outside. Ducked under the defender. Took it himself. He's about a yard short, as Coach Emery explained. And we're inside the 20-yard line at the 19. And the Bears,
Looks like an official
timeout.
I don't get that, but
I don't know.
Worked to the Bears' advantage because they were a little slow on getting the play.
Discombobulated, I think, is what we were. But it seems like whatever it was, and officials don't tell us, we don't have a direct line to the head linesman, and the officials are assigned by the Greater Middlesex Conference. So we don't know what the holdup there was, but it worked to the Bears' advantage. The Bears come out in double wides to the right. Mariski's on the keeper, and he's got the first down. He's across the 15 to the 14.
He's their money man.
He is. Yep, he definitely is. And he was knocked down by number 27, Derek Camaria, I guess it is, for the Vikings. That's an East Brunswick first down, as I have indicated, at the 14. And the clock is running. It's 1:51, 1:47 as we speak. The Bears come out. There needs to be a little bit of urgency here, I think.
What do the Bears have? 2 timeouts left?
I think there's 2 left, John. I know
yeah.
they've taken at least one. That's not on the scoreboard, so we don't have that right in front of us. Mariski.
No! Oh!
Game's over.
What a mistake. What a time.
Yeah, unfortunate.
I mean, he's played such
Mariski
great games.
he's played his heart out this evening. I've seen a lot of games on this field, but he certainly has worked as hard as any East Brunswick player ever has. Had a great game. He tried to make an impossible situation.
Yeah.
The South Brunswick defender had him wrapped up, and he tried to make the pitch, even though he was wrapped up. And when you try to make something out of nothing, sometimes it just doesn't work out.
It's a real shame because
he dropped the ball. And the fact of the matter is that was first down, so if he loses 2 or 3 yards, you got 3 more shots at it.
Of course, he's thinking of trying to get the most out of it.
Oh, no, I understand that.
Right.
Taking nothing away from the job that young man has done this evening. I mean, he's an outstanding high school football player. There's no question about that. He's got the heart of a lion. South Brunswick's going to take a timeout here with 1:22 remaining in the score. South Brunswick 39, the Bears 32. We are deep into this. Fourth quarter. Coach Borden is out on the field talking to his defense. The Bears, we believe, have 2 timeouts, but we could be mistaken on that. We're going to have to jot those down from now on when somebody takes a timeout so that we know exactly how many there are, because that's an important factor. You need to use your timeouts wisely. Sometimes you can be disorganized, or you can just sense that your team's a little tired or whatever. You need to take a timeout, which the Bears did when they if I remember, there wasn't enough players on the field there at one point, so we needed to use one, and that's the one I remember.
Right, that's my recollection as well.
Okay.
They're unbalanced over here this side.
Yeah, South Brunswick will come out again with number 16. Brian Casavari at quarterback. Nice. Bears came up strong and with the tackle. Timeout. East Brunswick. Right, timeout for East Brunswick.
Yeah. Well, I'd just like to go back, not to dwell about the error, but to make a point that the quarterback in this offense, he is faced with quick decision making, and it's a very challenging situation. So, and the whole night he's basically made the correct decisions.
Well, from my perspective, John, and we'll try to wrap it up after this next minute and 12 seconds or tick off the clock. We'll spend a few minutes analyzing this, but real quickly, I just think you put 32 points up on the board. There's nothing, well, and the one was on the pass that Mineta went and intercepted there. So you put up 25 points.
You would hope to win.
You'd hope to win a few games if you can score 25 points with your offense. Bears are in a tough situation here with 1:12 remaining. Handoff up the middle. Bears are still out there sticking, trying to stop South Brunswick.
That's their last time out.
I believe that's the last time out. That was 32 Ferrara. That's only fitting that that young man, Steve Ferrara, gets the ball. It's third down and about 5. Well, let's see, John. What do we got here? If the Bears can hold them here, what do you do? If you're the South Brunswick coach,
I'd punt.
You'd punt.
Yeah. I'd punt.
Okay.
Because
why? Let's say they run the ball. We knock off about 10 seconds there. We got about 55 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
You can use up 24 seconds.
Yeah, but they'd stop the clock to make the change and set the chains.
East Brunswick would have less than 30 seconds remaining.
True, but they'd have the ball at that wherever the third down ends.
A bad snap. I run in and block the kick. Boom! I'm in the end zone. Touchdown. East Brunswick ties it up.
It happens.
Okay, that's what we're looking for.
Who tried earlier this year to kick a field goal and that it was blocked and they lost the game?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Okay, we got to run.
Forget it.
That's it.
Holding. Stop. Play stops. We got a holding. Okay,
that was Ferrara, but it's going to come back. We got penalties all over the field.
Yeah. Holding on South Brunswick.
That was Ernie Fusco, number 48 for the Bears, making the tackle, but Ferrara went for the. What do we got, John? What's the signal?
That was holding.
It was holding.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely holding against South Brunswick.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
10.
10-yard penalty. He's marking it off. That thing used to be 15.
They changed it.
I know, but I mean, a couple years ago, I mean, we talk about devastating.
Yeah,
this is
15
devastating.
used to kill you. 10's bad enough, but 15.
All right, we got South Brunswick now with a third down and 14 to go with 57 seconds remaining. Now we're going to say that the clock is put back in motion, so they have 25 seconds to snap this ball. And I wouldn't snap it until the 25 seconds were up, which would be about 25 seconds left on the clock, but they don't. They take about 2 seconds. We sack the quarterback. Up around
They're
the
out
neck.
of timeouts.
We can't stop the clock, so the clock's going to continue to run. The clock is spotted. Mark the play there, Mr. Official. Thank you. He still hasn't signaled it in. 24 seconds left, so really South Brunswick doesn't need to run a play. I don't know what he was waiting for the chain marker to put it in the ground over there, and that doesn't happen until
they're going to punt.
Well, they don't have to run a play, John. It was 24 seconds when the official marked the ball for play. They have 25 seconds to put it in play. Matter of fact, they did us a favor. They only used 10 seconds before. Game is over, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Tough loss for the Bears.
Yep. Good win for South Brunswick. Tough loss for the Bears.
39 to 32. The Bears played hard. They did an outstanding job on the offense. Defense was a little bit spotty at times, but obviously South Brunswick, which came in here 2-0, has some football players. Ferrara, their quarterback, Cassaveri, and certainly some of the other ones were impressive. And I was impressed with South Brunswick offensively. I thought the quarterback did an outstanding job passing the football. We're going to stay here and just wrap up for a couple of minutes while the handshakes take place on the across the field, and there's a line of players, and it's nice to see good sportsmanship. And that's what high school football is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Come out and work as hard as you can, play tough, make those big hits, and then when it's over with, you shake hands and you go off the field as gentlemen. So we're impressed here with what took place. Unfortunately, the Bears came up a touchdown short, 39 to 32. A couple of bad snaps, some tough plays, John. How did you see tonight's game?
Well, I thought the game could have gone either way. I feel that South Brunswick grabbed the momentum early in the second half. The Bears bounced back. They scored. And other than a few miscues, it still wound up being a very close game. And I thought East Brunswick made a gallant effort here tonight, as did South Brunswick, but could have gone either way. However, that's the final score.
Final score, 39 to 32. We're very happy to be here for Channel 3. EBTV has done an outstanding job on behalf of all of us at East Brunswick, and certainly East Brunswick High School and the athletic program. And it's always a pleasure. Remind you that next Friday night, the Bears will be home again, and EBTV 3 will be here to tape the game, and we look forward to Bishop Arp coming in here. My last thoughts on the game, John. I thought Coach Borden did an outstanding job down 0-2, losing two tough games to the best teams in Middlesex County, in my opinion. Had his team ready to play. East Brunswick players, those athletes came out here and played hard all evening. Offensively, I was impressed a great deal. Defensively, we had a couple of lapses, little speed on the outside, a little bit of a concern, I think. A couple of things that need to be worked on, but I know that Coach Borden will have them ready next week against Bishop R, and there's no quitting this team. It's tough to start off the season 0-3, but
we've been there before, and
we've been there before. You can't, right? We've
Yep.
come back. The worst thing to do is to feel sorry for yourself.
Yep.
You just got to kind of pick it up, and Monday when practice starts, come in here and look at the films. JV game is played, and then Tuesday get back out on the field and work hard for another week, and come out here and give a maximum effort. And I don't think, at least from our vantage point up here, there was any lack of effort on the part of East Brunswick kids.
That's my feeling as well. I think that they'll be able to look at the films and see mistakes and make efforts to correct them. But as far as putting out and doing the best that they could, you really got the impression they had their heads down there maybe for a couple of minutes there on one of the fumbles, but
yeah, well, that was understandable. Especially at the end of the game, I felt sorry for Mark Mariski, who had an outstanding game at quarterback, did everything, ran the ball, threw some nice passes. I know he feels down in the dumps about the fumble in the end.
He made a believer out of me. He
sure did. He's a very fine,
I like the way
fine
he played
athlete,
the game.
fine player,
Yep.
and does everything, and he has nothing to hang his head about. And I know he'll come back out here and lead the Bears to success for the rest of the season. We look forward to him putting a hurt on Bishop Bar next Friday night. So to Mark Mariski and Bobby Mineta and the whole East Brunswick squad, we wish them success and good luck for the rest of the season. John Emery, we've known each other for a couple of years. It's a pleasure working a game with you and
too,
calling
Charlie.
the game.
Nice job, by the way.
This is Charlie King,
Yeah.
and this is East Brunswick EBTV 3. Good night, and thank you very much.
Nice job.